Hey guys, this is Stuart from Stuart Scale Models, and basically this is my second update for Steve Mottram's M Groupbuild. My entry being the Tamiya M4A3 Sherman with 105mm howitzer gun. And as you know, this one is going to be for a Bastogne sort of vignette or dio, as it were. I have to say this kit is fantastic. It's up to Tamiya's usual standard. It just basically falls together and is so easy to assemble, and the instructions are just so straightforward, guys. They really are. I mean, for a kit that's 29 years old, it's an awesome kit. I'm loving every part of the build. In fact, got so engrossed in it yesterday. I started at 3 o'clock with just the lower chassis and didn't finish until around about 2 o'clock this morning, hence why I haven't done another video before now, because I was absolutely shattered, to be honest with you. But I was loving every part of it. It's just one of those kits you just cannot put down. It really is. And when you get like that, your mojo is just going 110%. It really is, guys. But first off, I need to eat a bit of humble pie, because I had a bit of a panic in the fact that I thought a part of the sprue was missing in the kit, which was when I got to the assembly stage of the turret. Timothy Iverts kindly actually sent me the link for HobbyLink, who are the agents for Tamiya, so that I could get onto them and basically get hold of the part and get it shipped to me as soon as possible. And in the process, I was just getting to give the guy the details of my address, and lo and behold, blow me, the damn thing turns up. I'd actually hidden it down inside the box. So Tim, I am so sorry I sent you on a wild goose chase, bud. I just wasn't looking hard enough. I suppose it was where I was a bit tired, etc. But there you go. So my apologies, mate. I didn't mean to send you on a wild goose chase, but thank you all the same. I really appreciate you sending me the link, and if I come across any sort of problems with any future builds, then obviously I can get in touch with them. So thanks again, mate. Moving on from that, another hiccup I made was when I actually got to the point of putting the grab handles on the mantlet. I suddenly discovered the actual marks where you're supposed to put them were sitting underneath. Yeah, sir, I basically put the mantlet up round the wrong way round. Yo. Yes. So I had to gingerly force the damn thing off without breaking any component of the kit and get it round the right way, which I managed to. So lo and behold, we resolved the situation. The other thing I think you've noticed is that I've not used an aftermarket barrel this time. Reason being is because a fellow modeler by the name of Mark Hughes kindly sent me a metal barrel. Here is the said metal barrel, and it is a beautifully engineered barrel. It's beautifully done. And again, Mark, thanks ever so much for sending that to me, bud. It really helped me out, but I had issues trying to get the damn thing to glue down. It just would not set. I even tried CA glue on it. It just wasn't having it. It just kept falling off. So I think it was a case in hindsight I should have used epoxy glue to get this thing to set. Oh god, it's gone out of focus now. As I say, it's a beautiful looking barrel. And again, I want to thank you for sending me this barrel, Mark. It really is helpful. I will be keeping it. Possibly using it with a future dragon tiger, well, not tiger, what am I on about, tigers? Got tigers on the brain. With a future Sherman build, because I know Dragon actually did a Tarawire version of this with this howitzer gun on it as well. So if I can get hold of one of them, I'm going to use it for that build. So I will keep that along with all my other metal barrels in a little tin I've got. So that will come in handy. Now, admittedly, the trouble with most kit barrels, bar a few Dragon ones, is that most of the time they come in two halves, and this did as well. Sorry, I'm going to have to blow my nose at the minute. I've got a bit of a cold that's come on today. So sorry about that, guys. If I keep sniffing, bear with me. I even had to call off seeing a friend tomorrow because I didn't want to run the risk of catching this either. If I just slightly tip the barrel up, basically what I did is use sanders on it and then use the buffer and smoothed it all down, and you can't hardly see any seam line there. By the time I get the primer on, that'll be completely gone. So it always pays practice to try these techniques out, as my good modelling buddy Mike Cohen over in Canada has pointed out in a couple of his videos lately. But you don't always need to get... Sorry, I'm going to blow my nose again. Excuse me, guys. That you don't always need to have to fork out from a metal barrel to get a result. Just try some of your own skills, and if you can get it off, then so much the better. It's all a matter of practice. And the only other issue I came across was I did order what they call value gear aftermarket sort of resin stowage sets. Some you can specifically get to the Shermans that are on the market, as well as many other sort of armoured vehicles, etc. It wasn't going to fit on the front, unfortunately, because obviously you've got all the guards for the headlights and the searchlight that you've got on the front of the tank. So what I ended up doing was using the storage that's actually in the kit. So you've got spare tracks, you've got an oil can, and then you've obviously got the 2 spare running wheels, as it were. And that looks good enough, to be honest with you guys. I mean, on the back here, where the engine hatch is, etc., I've also put the 2 jerry cans on the back here. But what I'm going to be using is set 6, which is this one for the M4A3, specifically to Tamiya kits. As I say, on the back here, you've got all 14 sets that you can get in the value gear range. And I know a fellow modeler of mine who's over in Denmark has actually got, well, he's got stacks of them, to be honest with you, and he's started using them, some of them on his builds, and he heartily recommends them. I do as well, because I mean, if you look at the detail on this set, where you've got the actual crates, I mean, if it's going to get into focus, you've even, if you can make it out, got the wood grain grained on there as well. It's super, absolutely super. So I heartily recommend you get hold of a few of these sets, guys. They are on eBay. Admittedly, you have to get them imported, but you can get some really good prices for these sets as well. So I'm going to be putting that on the back of the Sherman. Also, if I move the Sherman aside, I actually received my workable track link sets from Bronco. I'm just going to take them out a minute. I'll show you the box, the set I've got. Which is this set here. Now, I did do my reference on this because each particular Sherman had a sort of particular model of track, and this was the one that we used on the M4A3s. And I got this set for, I think, for around about £15, including shipping, from China. Took about, well, it's taken about 3 weeks, but at the end of the day, I wasn't going to use the ones that were supplied with the Tamiya kit, those awful rubber ones, because they are an absolute nightmare to put on, and they're too tight, and when you paint them, the paint just flakes off. Whereas with something like this is a workable track link, so, you know, it's going to turn out a lot better and more authentic, as it were. And, yeah, I'm going to have my work cut out for me, guys, I can tell you, because you get that set of sprues. Okay, not only that set of sprues, but also that set of sprues. So yeah, I'm going to be pretty busy over the next few days, I can tell you. They do look a bit fiddly, I must admit, so I'm a little bit trepidatious about this. But one of the guys left a comment on my last update saying that once you get into a rhythm with them, you'd be well away. So I'm sure it's going to be worth it in the end, guys, to be honest with you. So that's where we're at. Now, another issue I've come across, which came across today after I was sort of weighing up what to do next on this build, is the base itself by Fog Models. Okay, for this I'm going to have to put the camera up a bit. This is the base of the street corner, as it were. Yeah, this bag, which is again beautifully produced by them. Okay, so if I move the camera back, we got a bit of a fit issue with this in regards to the wall that's going with this. Get the walls out, because you've got two sets of walls, because obviously it's going to be a street corner. That's that one there, and obviously you've got that one there. That fits that side, but if you've noticed, I've got an overlap where the other one goes. That much of an overlap. Bit of a nightmare, to be honest with you, and it's going to be the same with the resin tiles which go on the top. I've got a bit of an overlap with them. That is not a problem with the resin set, sorry, excuse me. But with this, because it's made of plaster, it's going to be very hard to sort of trim down. Now, I do have a little hacksaw here. Is this my best bet to mark out how much I've got to take off and then just cut it through with this, or should I use another tool? Just leave a comment below in the end of this video and let me know, guys, because yeah, I don't want to break the damn thing. Yeah, admittedly I've got a spare one because I ended up ordering two sets. But as I say, I don't want to make a right hash of this, so is that the best tool to use? Please just leave your comments below. I know it might be a case of common sense, but if I get some sort of idea, then I know how to proceed with this to rectify it. I mean, basically what's going to happen is that the Sherman is going to be positioned here, and right here is where the Kugelwagen is going to be, and then obviously I've got the figures sort of coming over here, as it were. I mean, I might well have the turret positioned that way, possibly. And the other thing I wanted to show you was the crew figure that comes with this. I'm pretty pleased with this, actually. You get a set of 3 commander figures. Well, 4, because you've got 2 in this position and in 2 others. I thought this was the best one to go for. I mean, the level of detail on him is superb, and even his face sculpt, get it to focus, if you can see that, guys, is gorgeously caught. I mean, by the time he's painted up and then obviously dry brushed, come on, focus, you damn devil. God, it's just not playing ball tonight. Oh, there you go. As I say, once it's painted up, highlighted, and then I've put clear coated and put the wash on, that will look super. It really will. And as you can see, it's posed where he's just looking through the binoculars for snipers, or basically the next target, as it were, to clear the way for the troops. So yeah, that's coming on well. I mean, the only other thing I've got to do on it is, as I say, put on the value gear storage on the back, and then obviously put the aerials on, which I'll probably use the sprue for. So basically that's where we are with this group build at this moment in time, guys. And that's the process so far. As I say, I will do a further update on this, but that will probably be in my monthly update in a couple of weeks' time. So there you go. And there's just one more thing I wanted to say. I saw Steve's update today, which was about 5 minutes long, explaining why he hadn't made many videos. Basically what it is, he's met himself a new young lady, and quite naturally, I mean, his priority is going to be with her. and her family. So I'm extremely pleased that you've met someone special, Steve, and she sounds lovely, and quite rightly your priorities with her, and not your modelling at the moment. But Steve, we all understand, bud, so don't worry. You know, it's a case of priorities. We've all got other things in life other than our modelling, you know. So don't worry about it, mate, really. You know, you just get on there when you can, as I do. I mean, the reason I'm making so many videos at the moment is I've got the time on my hands. Other than that, I mean, normally it's about once in a blue moon, if possible. We all have to work our lives out, what is our priority and where we can prioritise it, you know. So don't worry, bud. It's quite natural. I'm sure the rest of us guys will join myself in saying that we're very pleased for you, and we hope it both works out for you both. Anyway, I've waffled on enough now, guys. So until the next time, get kit crazy, happy modelling, and I'll speak to you soon.